It's Medical Monday here on Headline News. Researchers have found a possible link between obesity and the increase in cases of breast cancer among males. According to a report released on Friday by the University of Leeds, fat cells of obese men contain enzymes that convert testosterone into estrogen. So men with more fat have more female hormones in their blood. The university says more than 90% of male breast cancers they saw recognize these female hormones and use them to grow. Cholesterol can also be converted into a compound that mimics the activity of estrogen. Now, who needs washboard abs and bulging biceps when the internet is buzzing over so-called this dad bod? Now, it's the latest trend for male physique that's not too fat or too thin, but could it also be a dangerous shape to be in? Joining us this Medical Monday is Dr. Rjay Estrellado, Rehabilitation Medicine of Healthway Medical Clinic. Dr. Rjay, good morning.
Good morning.
So, Dr. Rjay, let's talk first about this dad bod. What is this dad bod?
Well, based on what I've read from the original article they posted online, it was a balance between working out and binge drinking on the weekends. But right now, I think we are more polarized to it being beer-bellied males. So, I think it's a misconception that a dad bod is beer belly.
Okay, so it's not necessarily the beer belly, the big beer belly, but just a little, like a little
Cushion.
a little cushion on the side, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but is it necessarily bad to have that little cushion on the side in the midsection?
Well, it really depends. Once it, more or less, once obesity sets in, by definition, it's at least a 40-inch waistline for males or more than 35 inches for females. That's when the fat can lead to other medical problems.
I see. So when you reach, for example, for males, if your waistline, when you say waistline, it's not in the, I know some males, iba yung where you measure it. Where should they measure that 40? Here in the waistline as similar to girls or below the belly button?
It's basically you measure the biggest circumference in the abdomen.
The biggest circumference. So basically it's below the belly button. So if you're 40 and above, then you're not just bad bod. You're not the dad bod, but already the bad bod, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, why is it bad? I mean, some people love the handles and everything. Why is it bad, Dr. Rjay?
It's bad because you are more prone to certain health conditions, disease conditions. You are more prone to hypertension. You are more prone to heart disease, diabetes.
Why are you more prone to that? Where is the fat located when it's in the midsection? Why is it, like, for example, if you get fat in your arms or your hips, why is it dangerous to have fat in your midsection?
Basically, for males, the fat accumulates more at the abdominal area because of the hormones present in males. But basically, if you have more fat in the body, that makes you prone to have more fat in the blood system, which can form plaques, and this can lead to plaque formation in the coronary arteries, making it harder for the blood to flow to the heart, making you more prone to heart attacks. It can also cause cause strokes if it lodges in the brain.
So it's true for men and women. Because I read, like, for women, the apple shape, basically the ones who are top heavy, there are those diseases that you mentioned. They say that a woman who is top heavy, or at least gets the fat in the midsection may have those diseases as compared to women who store fat in the hip area. How true is that, Doc? Because they say something about, like, your major organs are located also in the midsection.
Well, from what I understand is that for females, the pear shape, it's more pear-shaped, the distribution.
Yes.
So it's still the same as long as there's accumulation of fat, or if you're obese, you're still prone to these types of diseases, regardless of the location of your fat deposition.
All right. Now, where do we get how does a person get that beer belly, or where does a person get the fat from? Is it really from the fat, or is it true that comes from sugar?
So basically, the main premise is if there is excess calorie intake from your calorie expenditure, that's when your body is forming fat cells, because the body stores the energy that you take in. So anytime you eat more than you are actually working out, or you have a sedentary lifestyle, you still tend to become fatter.
So whether it's 1,500 calories of beer or 1,500 calories of something else, it has the same effect.
Yes, it doesn't.
Clearly, you exercise, Dr. RJ, right?
I try to.
You try to. But what's the best exercise for somebody who has a beer belly and would like to, keep it trimmed down over there?
The best still is you can't just go exercise. You have to have a balance between food intake and exercise. So in the exercise realm, if you're coming from a sedentary lifestyle, as you're a couch potato, you should start very light at first, at least for the first 1 to 3 weeks. You start with every other day working out. You can go cardio, such as jogging, but you have to have at least slight weightlifting activities. So weight-bearing activities and cardio is still better than just cardio alone. After a few weeks of just doing that, you can increase to at least around 4 or 5 times a week, just to keep the fat burning. So around 30 minutes at first, then you increase it 45, 1 hour. So that's how you start your workouts. Then steadily decrease your food intake. So they say 1 pound of fat is around 3,500 calories. So you need a deficit of around 3,500 calories a week to take away 1 pound of fat.
Oh, wow.
So the safest way is to reduce at least 500 calories in a day to achieve that goal for the whole week.
All right. Dr. RJ, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us this morning.
Thank you.
So that was Dr. Rjay Estrellado, Rehabilitation Medicine Doctor of Healthway Medical Clinic. And we've got more tech news when we return. We check out an app that tells you which friends are available to hang out. And this pen lets you write on almost any surface. And in case you missed it, here's the Philippines in photos again. Keep it here on Headline News.